Hello everybody, US Geoguessr Professor here. I am playing another challenge from Shmoo Gaming. This is challenge number 11 in their State of Confusion series. Nebraska is what we're playing today. But before I get started, we got to talk about Game 10, North Carolina. There was no video for that one. I played it. I wasn't feeling well that day. I just got frustrated. Basically, the story is, in that first round, I knew we were in Apex, and I went against my instinct. Everything about that was Apex, North Carolina. And then just kind of mentally gave up after that one. But let's do better in Nebraska, shall we? Nebraska seems rather difficult, but there's a method to Nebraska. There's a grid system that I hope we're going to see some of. This looks incredibly rural. I mean, obviously not surprising in Nebraska, right? Much of the state looks like this. I'm going to have to try to get to a sign. One thing I have definitely learned from playing these Shmoo Gaming challenges is I got to do something about my moving game in America. I'm such a no-moving and slow and analytical player that, like, man, I watch like Catalyst and Chaos Queen, and they're like flying around the map and finding like so many clues that I never see. And I mean, sometimes they don't really help, but I watch their videos and I watch other players' videos, like some better US players than me, and their moving game, I don't know what they do. Like, I'm clicking this mouse as hard as I can. I don't know how my moving game is just apparently so weak. It's weird. Scott's Bluff. Thank you. Good. Thank you, Water Tower. I don't think I would have gone anywhere near Scott's Bluff. I'm not gonna lie. If I wouldn't have seen that, I don't think there's any way I'd be all the way out here. Do we see the bluff anywhere? Look at how flat everything is. Okay, where's the bluff? Maybe there? I guess? To the south? But I don't, this just looked way more to me like I don't know, maybe like a much more like middle of the state place, Kozad, Gothenburg, somewhere like that. Okay, we were north of Scotts Bluff. It looks like everybody found the water tower. Like I say, I barely found it, and both of you are just soaking in the clues. I don't think that's like I'm not clicking fast enough, but like that last North Carolina game, I would have played so much better if I was no moving. If I would have just not allowed myself to move in Apex, I would have probably got it. Or at least done a little bit better. I don't know. Here, the one thing I'm noticing here in Nebraska is that there's a lot more corn, right? It's much greener than where we were before in Scotts Bluff. So I'm not going to necessarily say that my Nebraska region guessing is strong, but I'd be tempted to go somewhere near Iowa, or at the very least in that Missouri River Valley. Just look at how like fertile everything is. Washington County, Burt County. Just my Nebraska County game, not good. Burt, though. Think is in the eastern part of the state. I don't think it's in the middle. Like, you have all of these, like, loop, Sarpy counties out here that are just empty. I would imagine that Burt's maybe, like, somewhere up here. Is that? I want to go Missouri River Valley. We're going south-southeast, which would be indicative. I'm going to keep it like right here, up near Fremont. Nice. Okay, that was pure vibe, and I got pretty close. But look at this. Chaos Catalyst. Did you get a Route 75 sign? How did I miss that? I'm going to go back and watch the video, and you guys just like get so many more clues. I'm starting to question everything I know about GeoGuessr. Am I any good in the US? Oh no, it's just things are falling apart here. And I'm getting no Nebraska grid system. We have had 0 rounds in Omaha or Lincoln yet. John Bowman Grave. Okay. Yeah, we've had no urban rounds. A lot of times in Nebraska, I'm getting Road 154. A lot of times you get like mad Omaha and Lincoln rounds because they're basically the majority of the roads that you're getting in the state. There's the North Platte River. Okay, interesting. So I would venture to guess we're probably on the U.S. highway again. We're crossing the North Platte. Where is that? Here. But that's an awful long river. That's an awful long river, right? It goes like all the way like down here. Although this is the Platte. Where does the North Platte start? I mean, I would guess somewhere up here in North Platte, right? Okay. So let's use some geography skills. We can do this. So the North Platte doesn't start until North Platte. Okay, so we're somewhere in this range. We're probably on a U.S. highway. We're going pretty north-south. Let's say... Are we all the way out to Scottsbluff again? We could be. I'm going to go like halfway and see if that does me any good at all. Well, that was a really, really good plonk. Chaos is just like starting to demolish these maps. She got over a 20K in North Carolina. I do everything I can to plonk Oshkosh, which is like, wow, one of my better guesses of all time. And she's right there. Wow, 14,603. She is nearing, if she keeps this up, like a 24,000 plus. It looks like Catalyst might have been confusing the North Platte with the Missouri, which is understandable. Okay, sweet. Rural Gen 1 coverage. Great. Are we going to be able to read anything? I think it's also foggy. We're getting some blurry Gen 1 fog coverage here. What a beautiful round. Cough Electric? Who knows how to pronounce that? Green, though, right? I mean, so we've had 2 brown rounds and we've had 2 green rounds. Am I right? And the brown rounds, right, were both kind of out there along the North Platte towards Scottsbluff. And then our first kind of agricultural green round, right, was over in the eastern part of the state. So using that logic, right, I think we're probably over toward the east again. Highway 20 and 475. Okay, there's the grid system I was talking about, okay? Highway 20 and 475th. So that 475 refers to like roads that are over here, I believe, in the Lincoln, Omaha kind of area. But Highway 20, where are you? I'm feeling like I might have seen 20. And I know that the lower numbers are out here. Now, I was assuming that was Nebraska 20, but I don't really think it is. I think it's US 20, right? And road 475. So let's try to get a number. That's 867. There's 480. Okay, so I think I'm close if I'm at 480, right? Highway 20, 480? I might be close. Yeah, I'm pretty close. Okay, cool. Chaos Queen. Have you just been, like, studying Geoguessr? I mean, I get the Bluffton round. I get the, like, North Carolina, just because you are, like, I'm speechless at how well you're doing in Nebraska. I'm speechless. Like, I'm doing pretty good. 16,989, and wow, you want to talk about setting the bar. I feel like I'm playing like Drazi or Xeon or like John Harvey Kellogg or something. Well, I mean, Kellogg would have 5K'd those first 4 locations, but like, I am not kidding. You are playing like a professional level US player in Nebraska. Do you have a particular fondness for Nebraska, I wonder? Harrison, where are you? We are, for sure, right, in a dry part of Nebraska, so I'm going out there by Scotts Bluff. Harrison, 32, so undoubtedly we're on 29. My only goal at this point, right, is to figure out how much does that represent? 32 miles to Harrison. What would that look like on a map? Here, just to give you some clues, we have this diamond, or I'm sorry. Diamonds would be in the Dakotas and Montana. We have this like double round bollard, double round reflector. I'm not sure if that is unique to Nebraska, but I think it is. I know you have like the single bollards and the double round bollards. Okay, we had 32 to Harrison, and we had 23 to Mitchell. I think that is going to put us somewhere right around here. I am not sure. Does that look good? 32 to Harrison, 23 to Mitchell. Maybe like a little bit farther down. I'm going to go actually right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So I pull it out, but just because I saw Harrison, everything was brown. Okay, this is like the most simplistic Nebraska analysis of all time. But remember, we had 3 very dry, arid brown rounds, and then we had 2 agricultural green rounds. And that was pretty much all we had. We had 0 urbanity in Omaha or Lincoln. I also have studied some of the grid systems of like these mid-Platte cities. Like I know that there's some like grids in like Columbus, York, Grand Island that are unique, but we got nothing urban. Wow. And Chaos did incredibly well until the last round. Wow. The state map betrayed you and gave you 1 point. What a crummy way to end. Wow, you had me up until that point. You were just crushing me through 4 rounds. Like edging me out every single time. And that round 2, I'm going to have to watch and see. You probably got a US 75 sign there, maybe. But wow, you put it on the Catalyst, almost doubling his score and almost even getting a 20K with a 1-point round. I got my work cut out for me, I gotta tell you, in whatever state we are in next. But thank you for watching. I'm way more proud of that round than the North Carolina, that's for sure. And like, this is about as good as I can play in Nebraska, I think. Can't feel bad about these at all. Thank you for watching. You probably learned a little bit less from this video, as I was so focused on these rural rounds. But hopefully you learned a little something about Nebraska. Watch the rest of my videos to learn even more on YouTube, and watch Shmoo Gaming for some more great US Geoguessr content. Thank you.